Have you ever got this feeling where this girl is super nice and kind to you and it just warms your heart, but just to find out that she's like that with everyone else and you end up developing this huge crush on her? Or how about this common one? You have a crush on her, but you never really talk to her. She's kind of mean to you, but you still like her. Sounds like my young years chasing someone who doesn't chase me back. So to prevent yourself from wasting time, here are the top 10 signs she doesn't like you. That way you don't end up feeling bamboozled if she suddenly walks out when you thought she was down to stick around. Number 1, she looks for her friends when you're nearby. If a girl is comfortable around you, she'll have no problem making conversation and passing the time with you. This could be talking as a friend or even flirting. If she's constantly looking towards her friends for help, she's just looking for an escape. Girls communicate more with glances than men with novels. So she's just hoping to make eye contact with someone who will save her from your presence. Number 2, she has nothing to say around you. Whether you talk about her day or her interests, the most she'll respond back is with a word or a nod. Basically, she could care less. She doesn't offer any information about herself and keeps her responses to you at a minimal. If she does that to you, then it's pretty bad. Let her be and find someone who's worth your time. Number 3, she flinches if you touch her. Half of flirting is physical and it all starts with hugs, taps on the shoulder, and grazing arms. If even the touch of your fingers make her flinch in any way, this is a big blazing sign that your touch is not welcome. Now this could be because of you or her natural reflex, but either way, it's your cue to take a step back. Try to get a sense of the conversation you're having and look out for other signs to see if she truly doesn't like you or simply doesn't like physical contact. Number 4, she'll never choose to sit by you. Someone who doesn't like you will always try to be as far from you as possible, and this girl is no different. If you were in a stadium, she would sit across the field. If you were on a bus, she would rather stand than to sit. So if you notice that she's always sitting somewhere else than next to you, even you have an open seat next to you, then it's a good sign that she doesn't like you. Number 5, she doesn't want to be alone with you. If you're with a polite girl, she may feel obligated to stay near you as to not hurt your feelings, but just because she's around you doesn't mean she likes you. If she's always inviting other people to join the both of you, it's not because she's friendly. She wants that third person cushion between the two of you so that she has another human to interact with. Number 6, she doesn't make eye contact with you. Generally speaking, avoiding eye contact nowadays is seen as something you would do in an uncomfortable situation or just being shy. While each person's reactions are different, the key here would be to compare how she looks at you versus how she looks at other people. If she has no problem making eye contact with everyone else but purposefully avoids you, she could either like you or hate you. So how do you tell the difference? Pair this with a couple of these signs and you've got a girl who doesn't like you. Number 7, she barely smiles or forces it. The RBF is real. You might need to Google RBF if you're not familiar with it. Basically though, it's when you have an unpleasant look on your face all the time that is completely unrelated to how you feel. Some girls have RBF. Others reserve their RBF for when they're actually in unpleasant situations. If she smiles around everyone else but has RBF with you, I'm sorry to say that you are her unpleasant situation. Number 8, her body posture is rigid. For this sign, you're going to want to look for a girl who looks like she is awaiting a verdict from a grand jury. This means her shoulders are back and she is sitting straighter than a board. She barely moves her hands or arms while speaking and sounds indifferent with a monotone voice. It's almost as if you were speaking to a human robot. Number 9, she never tries to keep the conversation going. Most people have no problem talking about themselves, but this girl isn't interested in you, much less speaking to you. If she's mean, she'll give those one-word responses or nods like how I mentioned before, but if she's polite and doesn't like you, she'll give you statements just so your questions are answered, but won't try to ask any follow-up questions. Number 10, she ignores you on social media. If you try to add her or follow up and she doesn't reciprocate, then it's a sign that she doesn't like you. On the other hand, she might be polite enough to accept your follow or friend request, but that's as far as your social media interaction will go. You can like all of her pictures, comment whatever you please, or even send her a DM, but she doesn't react or respond back to you. If that's the case, she's probably not interested. Overall, times are tough. We see a girl we like and we hope that they like us back. But sometimes things don't just work that way. And if you notice a bunch of these signs and she shows no interest, it's okay to just move on and not force a relationship to happen, because then you'll just end up wasting your time chasing something that's not there. If it happens, then it happens. But in the meantime, focus on yourself and I'm sure someone better will come along. Hope this was helpful. If so, feel free to give it a like and maybe consider subscribing for more weekly uploads like these. And as always, thanks for watching.